Welcome back to part number 29 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as the Bosporan Kingdom. We just finished a war with Carthage and various allies. Took a war score out of them. I was going to immediately declare on Albacea, a tributary of Carthage. That would allow us to take out Carthage territory as a secondary combatant, which makes it more challenging to take war score out of them. I was thinking we could do that as a third round. If we truce break with him right now, I will get 25 aggressive expansion and lose all of our stability. But I'd imagine we'd probably finish out the war relatively quickly, and then we could attack Albacea and trigger him again. The logic being we'll take more out of him as a primary combatant. We'll be able to completely eliminate Egypt from the game. There's nothing left except this territory, so far as I can tell. Yeah, that's the lot of it right there. This purple. And then when we do declare the war on Albacea, provided that he's still a tributary after the war, there'll be much less of Carthage to take, and the less we'll be able to acquire due to him being a secondary combatant will be considerably less relevant. And we'll achieve our war goal quicker because there'll be less of him to conquer or occupy. So I think the truce break thing is going to happen shortly. I spent essentially all my money increasing the ranks of our various legions. I bought some theaters and temples out in India. These two areas here are bleeding loyalty somewhat. I think I bought one here as well. There's not much loyalty burn. What else needs to happen? We're topped out on tradition almost, and we can take heavy infantry maintenance cost. Should make a difference to our money. Let's see if how much money that did, or difference that did make. Maybe 10 or something like that. As the more marriage mod is broken with this patch, been using the our god of fertility to summon forth characters as our family's ranks diminish. I noted that our primary family here was running low on pops. So I created 8 children to each of the head of the families, and now there are quite a few infants on the way. And that should alleviate the problem of these guys not marrying. For the life of me, I couldn't get an agathid to reproduce, irrespective of whether I use the console or not, so that's that. I also raised our legitimacy to 100. As we should have might and majesty in place, but it's bugged and you can't do it, so I did that as well. Other than that, we're going to get on with this war almost immediately. Alright, so I filed a couple of claims. I think it's time to switch to a bellicose stance. And let's just, we're going to lose a little bit of money here, but probably not a lot. Yeah. Maybe 40 is what we lost, but we'll be able to claim more war score. Let's go ahead and declare this war essentially right now. July 8th, I'll be back. Well, that month has passed, and we should be able to declare war on Carthage presently for the war goal of take Bisatis. We'll lose a bunch of stability. We'll get aggressive expansion. We also will have no trouble with it, so far as I can tell. I'm going to desecrate a few holy sites here. Let's see here. We'll get this druidic deity here. And an Iberic deity there. And why not have another? That'll put us at 30, and we are losing a substantial amount, but our pops will be happy. Let's see who we're at war with. The same crew there. We have these mercs placed up here for these the migratory horde, and they are well placed. These hordemen here should probably spawn again. I called up another road building contingent from Sarmatica Asiatica. What is the name of it? Sarmatica Asiatica. He's going to go on around these various areas and build roads. I have hired a new merc. The other one was pretty beat down from having assaulted various forts. The first Taxus here is not feeling well, but I think he's feeling well enough. Let's see about you. Go and assault this fort. And you can go down there as well. I have this army here. This guy couldn't fit on the fleet. I sent more over to Egypt to pick up one of those armies. This guy's force marching over here. We're nowhere near our war goal, but we will be. As for what goes on here, I'm going to take this city right here. We'll get this guy rolling right in there. Let's have this as well. Let's roll up in here. We'll get that done. These guys are still in shattered retreat there. Let's see about taking this fort there. We've got you de-exiling. I think that's everybody. I don't know where the enemy is. I think Carthage must have stood down his mercs, and it's during the 3-month period where he can't draw any more up. Speaking of that, we're being taken over here in Sicily by the city-state, as we can't draw up any mercs ourselves. At some point I'm going to be able to hire a merc here, and that point is going to be exactly when the Egyptian campaign ends, which theoretically could be very soon, if this merc can displace this unit here. It's looking good. We have a higher morale, higher militech, etc. Higher marshal, I believe, as well. We've got this levy on the way back, but we just downed this capital. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute here. We've got to get here as well and occupy this capital territory for 100% occupation. Then we'll be able to piece the Egyptians out. Luckily, we have this merc headed down here. Once this is secure and Egypt is gone, we can let these 2 mercs go and hire some honor abouts this area here to take care of that, and or reinforce these mercs up here that are chasing down migratory hordesmen. As for the rest of it, I see 1.3k in shattered Carthage retreat here. This guy is just mulling about, I suppose just because. He'll go here and we'll siege down that fort. We have either 2 of them. Good for me. One of them will go and take the capital territory, so as to allow the other unit to siege the fort and eat the enemy's food. So what else goes on? Nothing really. There are no Carthaginian forces essentially anywhere. I have this boat here coming up to pick this lot up here after they finish with that. We're going to assault that fort. I have this army here headed up there. Maybe these guys can come down and assault a couple of forts or something here. Uh-oh. It looks as though the Carthaginian navy has finally caught us out. Unless we can run off immediately, it's over for us. We made it out. Let's get the heck out of this area. That guy was not here to play. Abaraban, 14 Marshal, man, versus our no leader, 6th Nauticon. That all seems to have worked out. I think we can piece it. We can't? What is that? That island. I forgot about that island again, yeah. So we need to ferry this guy all the way over to this island here. Actually, I misspoke. I didn't forget about the island again, but I oftentimes forget about these tiny little islands. Everything else is occupied. What we need to do is keep it that way, so we need to keep these guys shattered and such. And that's that. The rest of this is going very well. All sorts of carnage all on one-sided. We just landed on that island. We've been keeping these guys at bay. I think we can indeed sue for peace. First things first, here we'll take this island. And then we'll take this area. We should be able to take the whole lot. That is everything. We've done it. Boom. Now let's stand down these mercs here so that we can place them elsewhere. Checked on a Carthage settlement as well, and it looks as though we can take 100 war score out of them presently. And let's do that, exactly that. So that should make Carthage easier to deal with. Could we attack Albacea right now? I see, he's dumped them. Well, that's life in the big city. Alright, we are just finished this war, as you know. I was going to try to file here. It didn't work out. We could declare another truce break against Carthage. It's not a good idea. We have a truce breaking with Rome here in... not a truce breaking, we're ending September 22, 679, which is about half a year thereabouts away. We can position these guys maybe close to appropriately and attack Rome immediately. I have a couple of mercs over here. We'll just send them this way. I'm going to hire some larger caliber mercs, send them up here immediately, and the plan is to take this part away from Rome. It's difficult to access and offers us the ability to move through from here to here. Offers us some adjacencies to various sorts. After the war is over, it should go fairly quickly as there's not much of Rome left. We can declare, I've been quietly filing claims. I have one here in Lateral Brygia. We have Lepontica here, who is allied, or Lepontica, no, I thought it was Lemonica. Lemovinica. Anyway, he's allied with these two here, so we can take this whole lot out here. I have a claim against Faucia, I believe, as well. We have Seminonia and Chaucia there. Boom. There's various other triggers here. I have a claim against Riodignia. He has quite a few affiliates here as well. And I have a claim going up here as well. And I'm going to file a few more perhaps, just so if we're there, we may leave a couple of straggler tribes about, but we're going to clean most of it up. And then we'll be back here. Our AE should come down, not because of peacetime burn, but just because of all the tyranny we keep. And it should be like 100 or thereabouts. And I figure we can declare another truce break on Carthage on our way through. Leave the area, come down here to Kush, drop a war on them, take some war score out, and then head back over here and deal with that. That's the plan. The truce with Rome has just expired this very day. We are generally sort of in position. I have some mercs here. I hired a couple of them. I think they can take this group here. Light infantry and, some chariots, archers and whatnot. He does have a respectable mill tech. It's not bad or anything. It's just that he doesn't have, I don't think he has the ability to have heavy infantry so much any longer. And I don't really know what goes on down here. He probably does have it there, but we have a lot of cohorts here on the way. There's a 115 dropping here. These guys, I think I'm going to aboard this ship and head up in this direction here to reinforce this northern effort. I'm going to drop a couple of fat stacks, maybe 3 here, and bring the fleet up to Stallia here and see what can be done in this area. I plan to declare war on Albacea as well here. I'll do that right now, in fact. We're going get moving here. These guys, they can't make it through to the other side, as yet at least. I have some of these armies redeploying from here up here. I have 45 ships presently. I believe I should probably get some of these on their way. I think I can get this large stack loaded on this this boat here, or fleet, and up here immediately. I think the Romans may come up through this area, and we're gonna do quite a bit of warring up here anyway. So we're gonna bounce up there, and the rest of this lot here are headed here, and they're gonna get picked up by this fleet on its way. A bounce up there as well. Not that they're going to need to fend off the Romans to the north, but just want to be there after the Roman war ends so we can get on with the business of conquering that area. That's about the size of it. These guys that are not going to be left here will bounce up here and take this aspect of Albizia as well. Let's get on with the business of declaring on Rome as well. Declare on its capital. Like that. We'll march right in here. See if we can secure this area. Have these mercs force march in here and secure this region as well. I had planned on reinforcing this area here, but I think he is very concentrated up here. I see there were more, and there are more there. I'm gonna bounce this fleet here and make it up this road system here to reinforce this region. I think there's another like 30 or 40,000 there. We have a large battle. I see. Yeah. It was shaping up. He's retreated. I have an army headed up here, and then these guys are off to the other aspect of Albizia. It's mostly occupied already. We need to get here and out of this area immediately. I assaulted Rome. I'm going to chase down this conscript army. Caught that conscript army. It's over for me. This northern army has arrived. We're going to try to sneak around the back end here. We've engaged him in the hills. We have it's a fair fight, but I don't think he's gonna survive it even in the hills. Looking grim for him. Now take a look at some of my elephant cities here. We just popped this siege here. I need to get right here to finish this province off with this fort. Let's see, we have some more pops we can place in this elephant city. Maybe get up to 6 and then import one. Nope, didn't crack 6, but did place enough pops there for 2 more aqueducts. How about you? I did get another city out of the Indian, another elephant out of the Indians' elephant city there. Let's see what our numbers are up to now. Plus 81% population capacity out of 1,787 pops in our capital territory. We have room for another 26 pops here in Opus. I plan to place them immediately. Let's see, I placed the 26 there, maxed out the buildings, building 5 more aqueducts. We are kicking out 6 elephants. In Maltacoria, we are at 112 of 112. We can build 3 more aqueducts. But to the point here, let's see if we can, let's see, the food here plus 17. We can cancel one of these grain routes. And then import another elephant. Making that 84%. We have a civics advance here. Let's see what we can come up with. I believe I was on a quest for more supplies. Gonna have a supply limit or a paymaster. I'm going for supply limit. This lot are on their way up here. And we have almost reached this aspect of Rome here from the top end. I'll probably catch this guy here, perhaps. I have a plan for some concurrent warring activities. We have a claim here, fairly small one. It'll trigger Treveria and this tribe down here, right there. Let's do that right now before our stability goes below 20. Boom. This Albizia is almost completely occupied. He's at war with a Taurinia tribe, and let's try to peace out with him. It's a very high war score. It should be actionable. I have that. Let's do it. We've done it. This Albizia, this annexation here has opened up these territories to relatively easy annex. I'm going to wait and try to do that before peacing out with them. I think we can peace out with this northern war here. What is that? It looks as though this island needs to be occupied. I'm in no rush. These areas here that we were able to access because of our secondary war against Albizia are coming in. I'm getting these mercs down to reinforce this effort here, and the rest of our armies are going up into Gaul proper, or northern Gaul. I'm getting this main fleet wrapped around Iberia and up to Gaul proactively, as there's really nothing left to ferry up there. We can theoretically utilize this corridor. Why am I still fighting Rome? I don't know. I'm going to peace out here. Let's see what can be done. We have a nice claim in Latium. I see. It's like a nice 98 war score, and I'll take it. I cleaned up a little shortly. So now we have unfettered access between these areas. I need to get Mr. Road Builder. Where is it? There he is. We need to get him on the ball here. I'm going to see about closing out this war. I sort of forgot about it, actually. We need to get this unit here on the ship and occupy this capital. That should close that out as well. And I'm going to move all of these troops essentially up through this corridor or slot. Let's see about who to attack up here. I think it's Falcia. Well, let's get the stability. We're going to need it. So I think all the Hellenes are at the top at this point because I've been hitting the top. I'm going to have to flip the list to the bottom next time around. So it looks like if we attack Falcia, we end up at war with Seminonia and Chaucia. Looks like a compact, tight little war. Open up some access to deeper regions there. Maybe file some claims, etc. Drop this. I'm going to do all that and get some more troops in the area, and then we'll declare this next war. So we can peace out with this northern lot here and these this other tribe here. More negligible aggressive. And I believe immediately declare on Falcia, perhaps others as well. Let's do all that in the next episode. I was able to acquire another elephant by moving more pops here, and I have one more aqueduct in me here. I'm going to see about getting more elephants in those other territories as well. We are up to 87%.